I knew something was wrong the second her lips touched his, but the worst part wasn't the kiss. It was the way she smiled afterward, as if she'd been waiting for it. The ballroom lights flickered gold across the crowd, the music thumped softly, and laughter filled the air. But all of that blurred as I stood frozen near the bar, watching my wife, my Emma, slide her hands up another man's chest as if it were the most natural thing in the world. The man, tall, confident, the kind with a smile that seemed permanently cocky, leaned closer, whispering into her ear. And then it happened, quick, careless, intimate. A kiss. Not an accident. Not a goodbye. A kiss filled with familiarity. My throat tightened. For a moment I couldn't breathe. The waiter beside me, a young guy named Luis who'd served us earlier, paused mid-step. "Sir? Are you okay?" I didn't answer. I just stared at the scene, at the betrayal unfolding under shimmering chandeliers. Emma pulled back, her lips curled into a soft laugh, one she hadn't used with me in years. She touched his arm as if claiming territory, and he didn't mind one bit. My stomach turned. I finally found my voice. "Yeah, I'm fine." It sounded like a lie dragged across gravel. But what could I do? Storm over there? 'Cause a scene? Demand answers in front of colleagues, friends, strangers? No. If she wanted secrets, I'd let her drown in them. Louise swallowed, glancing between me and Emma. "If you need anything, water, a drink." I forced a smile. "Actually, I do need something. A small favor." His eyebrows lifted. "Sure. What is it?" I reached for my phone, unlocked it, and typed 3 short words. My hands trembled as I stared at them. I saw everything. I showed the message to him. "I need you to deliver this to that man," I said. "Not to her, him." He read it, then looked at me almost apologetic. "Are you sure?" "Very." He nodded slowly. "All right." As he walked away, weaving through the crowd, a cold calm settled over me. I wasn't sure what I expected, panic? Anger? Pain? But in that moment I felt only exhaustion. A deep, bone-level tiredness from years of trying to keep a marriage breathing while she kept cutting its lungs out. When Luis reached the man, his name was Brian, I saw confusion cross the guy's face as he read my message. His eyes shot immediately toward me. "Good. Let him look. Let him know." Emma noticed his shift in expression and followed his gaze. When she saw me, her face went pale. She hadn't expected consequences. I watched her whisper to him, frantic, her fingers digging into his arm. He muttered something back, stiff and nervous. For the first time tonight she looked scared. She excused herself and hurried toward me. Her heels clicked too fast. Her breathing was uneven. And her wedding ring, my grandmother's ring, glinted coldly under the lights. "Daniel," she said breathlessly, grabbing my arm. "It's not what it looked like." I lifted an eyebrow. Then what should I believe? Her mouth open, closed. She looked around, desperate for a quieter corner. A place where words could be twisted without witnesses. But I didn't move. "I need you to listen," she whispered. "I had a few drinks." He leaned in. "It wasn't. You kissed him first." Her eyes widened. She hadn't realized I'd seen that part. "Daniel, please." Her voice cracked. "It was stupid. A mistake. I wasn't thinking." I exhaled. "How long?" Her lips trembled. "What? How long have you been cheating on me?" "I'm not." "Stop." My voice was low but sharp enough to cut. "I watched you tonight. That wasn't a first-time mistake. That was muscle memory." Her eyes glassed over with tears. Not guilt, fear. Fear of losing comfort, stability, the life I'd built for us. I stepped back, putting space between us. The music continued, unaware, uncaring. "I didn't want to hurt you," she whispered. "Then why did you?" She swallowed hard, unable to answer. Because the truth was simple. She thought she deserved more. Someone more exciting. Someone who made her feel alive. And somewhere along the way, I became invisible. Brian hesitated across the room, watching us with restless guilt. I didn't pity him. He knew she was married. He didn't care. Men like him rarely did. But the message wasn't for him alone. It was for her too. A reminder that lies don't stay quiet forever. She reached for my hand. "Can we please go home? Talk? I'll explain everything. I'll fix it." "Fix what?" I asked gently. The kiss? The lies? Or the marriage you left months ago without telling me? Emma shook her head slowly, tears slipping down her cheeks. Don't do this here. That's the thing, I said. You already did. Her face crumbled. She looked small, almost fragile. But I'd learned something tonight. Fragility doesn't erase betrayal. I straightened my jacket, taking one last look at her. A woman I had loved more deeply than she'd ever realized. I'm not going home with you, I said quietly. Not tonight. Daniel, please. I need space. And you need to think about what you've thrown away. She sobbed softly, covering her mouth. The sound cut through me, but I didn't move. I cared, but caring wasn't enough to heal what she'd broken. I turned and walked toward the exit. People noticed. Eyes followed. Whispers grew. But I kept walking until the cold night air hit my face, grounding me. Behind me, Luis rushed out. Sir, he said. Are you okay? I took a shaky breath. Not really. But I will be. He nodded sympathetically. I'm sorry you had to see that. I forced a smile. I'm glad I did. And that was true. Because sometimes the hardest truth is the one you need to finally let go. As I walked to my car, I felt something unexpected, relief. A weight lifting. A door closing, painful but necessary. I didn't know what the future held. Divorce, healing, maybe rediscovering who I was without her shadow. But I knew one thing for certain. Tonight wasn't the end of my life. Just the end of the lie I'd been living. And for the first time in a long, long while, I felt free.